So I was Eliot Wolf earlier today as he met the media with Phil Perry, asking him a pertinent question about, are you willing to give up a high draft pick to improve the team? I hope that answer, Mazz, is not just a generic answer to a generic question. I would like to think that they're looking at their roster and saying it's not good enough. And it's not close to being good enough. And now that we're almost a month into training camp, where you could see if something was emerging, you might feel differently. In other words, if Will Campbell were setting the world on fire and really were holding his own and dominating as a left tackle, plug and play, that's the guy, you might feel differently about the offensive line. He's not. If Kyle Williams were, emerging, like right out of the chute, like Travion Henderson, was immediately making plays and looked like that guy, you might feel differently. He's not. If Drake Maye was looking like vintage Minnesota Vikings Drake Maye, Steph Diggs, you might feel differently. He's not. Who individually as a player is popped to the point where you say, oh, we might have more than we thought? Is that existing right now?
Well, I mean, you're talking about
Henderson, maybe.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say Travion Henderson. I think Henderson has been terrific. Okay, but again, he's a running back, and I have different concerns about Henderson, but I'll shelve those for the moment. No, they don't have it. They don't. It's not like, and the big one's on the line, if you ask me, because everything spins off of that. When you're talking about the offense, if you can't block, you're porked.
So I'm just talking about offensive line and receiver is really sort of what I'm focused on. Helping Drake Maye. Because he's not, I don't feel like he's ready to prop everybody up. I mean, or at least enough. Not with the way that he's playing right now. All right, back to your phones, as promised. Here's Al in Manchester. Go ahead, Al.
Hey, guys. As Matt mentioned earlier, Drake's coaching and learning environment last year was probably pretty horrendous. So, that being the case, I know earlier this year there were some people talking about Drake's potential, second-year bump and all this sort of stuff. I'm thinking that might not happen until Drake's third year, now that he has real coaches around him. But I do agree that we should see at least some improvement coming to him at least mid-season this year.
Okay. No. He improves this year. I'm not giving you 3 years for the guy. I mean, I know Josh Allen did it, but that's not, that's an aberration. We're going to find out about Drake Maye this year. And, oh, by the way, I say that. Stu put in his email, if they find out he's not the guy, you go back into the draft. We're not doing that. You're right. He gets 2 more years. But, no, we see movement this year, Mazz, right?
Oh, no, there's got to be growth. He can't go through another season like last year. And again, now it doesn't necessarily all have to be right out of week 1, but you need to see it. If you have another year like last year, that's a very bad sign.
He sucks.
Matt, Rhode Island. I'm sorry, Murray?
If it's like last year, he sucks. And we are drafting a new quarterback.
Matt in Rhode Island, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm with Big Jim on this. Major concerns. The fact that we got rid of future Hall of Famer Bazooka Joe to make this kid happy scares me even more because I think he's got kind of a pussy mentality. So I'm almost ready to say let's bring back Mac Jones. Let's call the Niners.
Oh. Did you see clips of him over the weekend?
No. What? Is he even still? Where is he? Oh, he's at San Fran.
Yeah. Oh no, he looks like Mac Jones, and not in a good way.
All right, Michael and Natick. Go ahead, Mike. What do you got?
Him and his noodle.
Hey,
arm.
Felger. So I'm a Pats fan, but just like Jim Murray, I'm open-minded. I know I know everyone likes to compare him to the next Josh Allen or Justin Herbert, but truthfully, more and more he's reminding me of Mitchell Trubisky. I mean, if you remember Mitch coming out of UNC, just like Drake, had raw talent, athletic ability, the build you want of a quarterback, but he would just make bonehead mistakes in key points of the game and just never got there. And their best season was 9 wins, lost in the wild card to the Saints, and they moved.
Okay, I got it, Mitch Trubisky. And at least you're open-minded like Big Jim Murray. That was a good comment. Jim's so open-minded. Mazz, do you think...
I'm open-minded about where we are with Drake Maye. He might suck. He might be good. Again, the jury's out. That's what I've said a million times.
Do you think he's Mitch Trubisky, though? I mean,
No.
Because Mitch Trubisky's not an NFL caliber passer, right?
Yeah, I don't think he's Mitch Trubisky. Mitch Trubisky might have had a stronger arm for all I know. I mean, he had, but he had no idea where it was going. Maye throws a good deep ball. Like, there were some things to like and things that you see that look like they can be repeated. I'm just talking about, like, is he going to be upper half, lower half? Do I think he could play in the league? Yeah. Might he end up being a backup if he, can't figure out how to run an offense? a read a defense? Maybe. But I think he's better than Trubisky. That I wouldn't compare him to Trubisky.
As a pure passer, he's a different caliber player than Mitch Trubisky. You're right. We don't know if he can put it all together. But you can see the way the ball comes out of his hand versus the way Mitch Trubisky throws a football. Like, we can all see that and agree that Drake Maye is a higher caliber guy. He has a higher ceiling than Mitch Trubisky as an NFL passer. Yes?
We'll see. I mean, if we're going to have a circle session about stats, wouldn't you guys, especially you, mediocre quarterback lover, Mike, love like 3,000 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks, and a QB rating of 95.4?
Mitch Trubisky, year 1 or year 2 in Chicago?
Year two.
I
Year
think,
2 in Chicago.
Yeah,
Those are hot stats. Those are hot stats.
Murray, I got all horned up for Mitch Trubisky. When did he go to Pittsburgh? Was it last year or the year before?
2022.
It was one of those years where I'm like, pick to click. You watch Mitch Trubisky, Pittsburgh's going to draw it out of him. Turns out they didn't. But give me Mitch Trubisky year 2 again.
3,200 yards, 24 touchdowns, 12 picks, quarterback rating of 95.4. Completion percentage of 66.6.
You take that with Drake Maye, right, Mazz?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Now, look, also, but here's where I would sort of separate is that in year 1, Trubisky completed like 59% of his passes. Maye last year alone was over 66. Okay, now, look, again, I'm not telling you that it was like a grand slam or what have you. I'm just telling you that I think right out of the gate, he's more accurate than Trubisky was. Trubisky had to be he had to be schemed from a coordinator standpoint. They had to make it really easy on him because he couldn't freaking put the ball anywhere with any touch.
Was Maye doing that this weekend?
He's got more touch than that guy, though.
Yeah,
that guy's hands are made of
8 feet tall.
Those hands are made of cement.
The listening skills of people, you two in the first segment. The listening skills of Nate in the truck. I'm going to jump him in line because Nate in the truck, his comment line, unless this is a bad comment line, says Felger needs to lay off on Drake Maye.
I would agree.
I co-sign.
I'm defending the guy from you two today. Mazz has jumped him on the list of concerns over receiver.
Yes.
Murray has him as Mitch Trubisky.
That's on Murray.
I'm the guy that needs to lay off. I'm the guy that needs to talk to these two, Nate.
No, you need to lay off, Felger. You always finding the negative in people rather than the positive. So, and that's your little show. We got to do what's for the show today. And I'm telling you something. Look, give the guy a break. Look what happened to Baker Mayfield with Cleveland. How long did it take him to finally succeed now in Tampa Bay? Okay, so you're telling me with two head coaches and 2 different offensive coordinators that you're not going to give this guy a pass? Now, if you give him Mitch Trubisky's stats like he just did, right, isn't that elite? Isn't that the next tier that he's going to jump into? I'm so tired of you, Felger, always about you can't find the positive out of the kid. And let's see if he actually succeeds in that positive that you pick out. Nope, you're looking to fail every single time.
Nate, do you understand there's other people on the show? Do you know Big Jim Murray? Do you know who that is?
Oh, yeah, I know Jim. I love Jim.
What's up, Nate Dogg?
Who's the other guy? Who's the other guy on the show? Who is the other guy on the show?
Tony Mazz.
Okay.
Who else? Well, you guys like to substitute from time to time in there. So I don't know what happened to you on a bike last week.
No,
or
but
something,
I was still here for part of it. Mazz has a really high pitch voice. Murray has the really low pitch voice. The guy with the high pitch voice said that he's more concerned about Drake Maye than the receivers. The guy with the low pitch voice said that he may suck, and he's said it like 8 times already today. I'm the one defending Drake Maye against these two. Just by the way.
That's not how I heard it.
Yeah, okay.
Seriously. That is so annoying.
No, listen. The seats on this show are very well ordered. You are 1, I am 2, Murray's 3. The credit goes in that order, and so does the blame.
John in Boston. Go ahead, John.
All right, I'll have a call and ask for who.
Anyone. You can address this to anyone, John. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Sorry, Mike, I was on the phone with the doctor's office from my daughter.
Others talking to me. Go ahead.
So there's so much to start with, but please look at the stats of Brady, Allen, and Drake Maye, and Brady didn't hit a 66% completion percentage rate until like
Doesn't
year
count.
7 or 8.
Doesn't
right?
count. Different league, John. Different league.
I get it. But also, the big news today isn't, Drake's 4 for 7 attempts, completion on 4 for 7. The news is Henderson Efton Chisholm, Kyle Williams, he's been getting open. Vrabel said that.
So I'm just going to stop you. Kyle Williams just about got killed by his backup quarterback on Saturday. You're not going to be seeing him for a while. So Kyle Williams is not really part of the story. And we played you highlights of Henderson and Chisholm. Those are nice little additions. If Drake Maye is not comfortable in the offense and Drake Maye is wild like he was on Saturday in Minnesota, Henderson and Chisholm aren't going to be the difference. The quarterback's got to be composed in the offense, accurate enough to make those guys be a difference. I like the look of both those guys. Who doesn't? Nice little additions to the offense. The quarterback's got to be there. It starts with him, obviously, caller. And Kyle Williams. So one of the guys that I hung up on before who bugged me had something about a backup quarterback. You need a better backup quarterback than Josh Dobbs. Big Jim Murray, you agree with that?
Oh, 1,000%. Again, he can't hit the broadside of a barn, or he's going to get players like Williams decapitated. You can do better there. You know, they have like 9 quarterbacks in Cleveland. They now determine that Joe Flacco is going to be their starter. I don't know, maybe call them for Kenny Pickett. Can you do that? But then again, sort of a young quarterback might make someone uncomfortable because the runway might not be a little too clear now. So that's not going to happen. But you could do better than Dobbs.